Hi everyone, welcome to Sports Jazz. Josh and Isaac, we are back, baby, and we are back. Of course, we are going to be looking at Ruben Amorim's progress so far. We've seen players performing so well already. Rashford, Joshua Zirkzee, Ahmad Diallo. We've seen those a bit struggling, those that are moving from one position to another, or those that have been moved, like Fernandez moving from one position from an attacking midfielder, a 10, and now playing in the midfield. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for tuning in, Josh and Isaac. Josh, what's good? What's good? We had a win yesterday. Amorim thrashing Everton 4-0. Not really one of
Yeah,
those best performances, but at least we got the win, and with very, very uh, many goals raining and a clean sheet too.
yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful that we did do that. I mean, it doesn't come often that United has a four-goal margin in a game. I mean, we last won, I think, that big during Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign. I mean, this is a
It's
long
been a
time
while.
ago. Yeah, it's been a while. Against Leeds, I think we scored five that day, 5-1. But yeah, it was a good result from the game. Not the best of performances, but we shall get there because when we got comfortable, when we did get the goal against the run of play, we did become much more comfortable and kept the ball a bit better and started winning second balls, which was not happening in the first phase of the game. We were so poor out of possession.
Yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Josh, real quick, I wanted us to look at the current progress ever since Amorim took over the reins at Old Trafford or Carrington, and those are the training grounds, by the way. We've seen players that we did expect to be scoring again score. I mean, players like Rashford, Fernandez. I'm not really so surprised that he's providing the assists, but ever since Ten Hag left, I think Fernandez has been involved in eight. That's 4 goals and 4 assists, something close. But players like Rasmus
But that,
Holland,
that doesn't make that doesn't make a lot of a difference because even when Ten Hag was there, Bruno Fernandes is Bruno Fernandes.
no, no, Josh, I'm
He
trying to
has
say,
always
I'm trying to
given
show
the
he's
goods.
consistent. He's consistent. We
Yeah.
have players who are completely out, like Rashford. Yes, he was giving us a few glimpses. Sometimes he scores goals, then he goes dead all of a sudden. But now we see him playing so good. We see him attacking, a bit of pressing, doesn't come back so good, but it looks like it's a step. We are going to go there. Joshua Zirkzee yesterday banged a brace, and you can see he was so joyed over the moon. Players like Rasmus Holland, he's also doing so well. And also we have players like Ahmad Diallo, who has turned out to be very, very, very prolific, very, very pressing, excellent in whatever he's doing, Josh. And we have Mazarawi too. I call him the unsung hero at the moment. Very. I don't know whether you watched the presser that just ended a few hours ago at Old Trafford. Actually, Amorim praising him, saying he's one of the best players, modern defenders, and if only he had more than one kind of players like Mazarawi. But Josh, let's get right into it. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sports Jazz, Josh and Isaac. Yeah, Josh, let's talk about Rasmus Holland. Let's talk about Joshua Zirkzee and Rashford. It looks like they've found their scoring boats.
Yeah, I think just before that we should just get this out of the way.
Yeah,
Ziad says that we now have a four-goal difference, and I
but
used to
remember,
say
Ten
that.
Hag was never the problem, according to Josh.
Yeah. But he was never the problem because you know that at a certain point, we had a player in Marcus Rashford who scored over 30 goals.
Josh, that was the first season. I don't know why you keep bringing that up.
Because you keep bringing, you see, he just brought back something of the past. So I'm just giving him as good as I'm getting. Anyhow, real talk though. Real talk though. You should know that there's a bit of a feel good factor at Manchester United especially with our front men. We never used to. We had problems scoring goals, even if we created very many chances. But now you see that um, three players of our forwards have 6 goals among them. That is Rasmus Hoyland, Marcus Rashford, and Zirkzee. In 2 games, they've managed to score 6 goals each abreast, which is very impressive. And you would like to have players that come in and they do just as good or even better than the players that just left. So Joshua Zirkzee was selected this time round for the Everton game, even if Rasmus Højlund had scored a brace in Europe. And there were a lot of question marks on why Rasmus Højlund did not continue to play in the side. And Ruben Amorim in his prep match interview said that he saw the players, the defenders of Everton, and he did believe that Joshua Zirkzee was tailor made for such a game. I did not really understand him at that time because I thought he was talking about the physique, since he was talking about the big players Everton has at the back. But I later on got to understand during the game that what he meant was actually for Joshua Zirkzee to drag these players into positions that they're not very comfortable being in. And Joshua Zirkzee had a very good link up play with the people in and around him. The no look pass he assisted Ahmad Diallo to
I know.
assist Marcus Rashford with that
That was
no look
beautiful.
pass. Yeah, it was beautiful. But he's the profile of a player who can do things like that. As in, there are not so many players who are able to do things like that. I mean, he doesn't have to think too much about the things that he's going to do. He kind of already knows what he wants to do. He has a picture perfect image of what he wants to do on the pitch, which is very good. And he's technically gifted. He has a very good touch. He has a very good first touch, and he passes the ball really well. So it is a plus that he did get on the score sheet twice. So I mean, Joshua Zirkzee now has 3 goals at Old Trafford. I mean, we are buzzing. We are buzzing. I think that was his best performance thus far.
It was very good to see him back on the scoring sheet again. It was so good again at Old Trafford. The first one was against Fulham, the opening match, and it was at Old Trafford. So it was very good to see him score again. And yeah, it was amazing. So Josh, we're looking at also Ahmad Diallo, who has done incredibly well and playable. And if we look like the game yesterday against Everton, full 90 minutes, 71 touches, 42 out of 49 passes completed, 3 chances created, 2 assists, 4 out of 4 successful dribbles, 4 out of 4 tackles won, 12 duels won. And I mean, such a ridiculous player yesterday. Ask him, Gerard Brathwaite. He up to now, I don't think he has recovered yet, because whatever Diallo had smoked yesterday was so
You
strong.
know, Ahmad Diallo is such a
Brathwaite had a
good.
stink of a game.
Yeah, but Amad Diallo is such a good player. He has so many good things about his football. He has a very good skill set, and he has a very good football brain with him. I mean, there are things that he does on the pitch that make him one of a kind. He's a player that any manager would want to have. He is very impressive, particularly in the game yesterday. I mean, it is not often that two players in a team both score a brace and you're still the
And
man of the match by a stretch. I
that
mean,
is
he
correct.
was, yeah, he was
It's
involved
exceptional.
in, yeah, he was involved in 3 of the 4 goals that we scored. I mean, he was just incredible. He was incredible, and I like the way he presses. He is so relentless. He is
He
so
doesn't. He
relentless.
just
In
comes. I'm only worried that he's going to meet a defender who would want to break his legs. Did you see the way he was coming at
no,
Braithwaite yesterday? No, I'm just
no,
saying. No, did you see?
break his legs.
Yeah, at times
Just
you have
say
to be worried, but he will
no.
just come just like that. And
Just say stop him because he is
how do you do
deceptively
that?
quick.
Getting him injured.
No, you don't have to get him injured. The guy, as buff as Jurien Timber, can just get in his way. But Amad Diallo is deceptively quick. Jared Brentwaite, that touch that he had on the ball, he wasn't a very good touch, but he didn't think that
Twice.
Amad Diallo would get there, but he did get there,
He
and
disposed him twice.
yeah, he's relentless in the things that he does on the pitch. I mean, he gives you a headache. Mikelenko didn't have a good time out there because
No,
every
that
time that Amad Diallo attacked him, he beat him.
Diallo single-handedly had Braithwaite's price tag reduced yesterday, or it declined, it decreased. I
It
don't know
didn't
how
just
much.
it didn't just decrease. The mooted transfer was put off.
I know. Yo, that's
Amad Diallo just put off the mooted transfer, like
as
just
you've
keep that
said.
in the bin.
It's very rare to see a player who's not on the score sheet become the man of the match, but he deserved it, and I hope
Yeah,
he
when
keeps
the
on
two
playing like
players
that.
scored twice.
And I hope he keeps on. I mean, going on and on like that, because I would love to see him run rings around those Arsenal defenders on Wednesday, but I
Who,
think it's a bit
Jurien
too
Timber?
much. Well, whoever comes in that position, Diallo will
Yeah,
be fully strapped,
yeah, but
waiting for them to come.
Jurien Timber is a very physical player. He's fast.
He's a
He
bit
has
of a
a
bully,
very
but
Yeah, he's a bully. He has a good physique on him. He has a good football brain. I mean, he's a proper footballer, but he is not shy on putting in a tackle or having a feisty encounter with an attacker. But I would still give think Amad Diallo would just do enough to beat him.
I also think, and it looks like this formation, the 3-4-3, is really. It's like players are settling in quietly, but very, very. You look at a player like Amad Diallo, it looks like this is his kind of this kind of game. Joshua Zirkzee, no, it was it Rasmus Holland. He said at was it Joshua Zirkzee, Josh, the one that was at Atlanta? Yeah, it was
It was
Rasmus.
Ahmad Rasmus.
Yeah, Rasmus, right?
Rasmus was at Rasmus, yeah, was at Atalanta.
Yeah. At one point, he said
So was
that
Ahmad.
system, yeah, Ahmad back then under Ole when Ole scooped him. He said it's the system they used to play back then. So he was saying it suits him. He already knows how to play or how to fit into the system. And I like the progress that
But
our
if
strikers are showing. I like how
if
we played
anything,
around yesterday with Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee.
Rashford was really clever to do the things that he did when he saw that. When I saw the lineup and Joshua Zirkzee
To
was
be
on it,
honest, I was worried
I
about the
never,
lineup.
I was not worried at all because I knew that the only wise thing for Ruben Amorim to have done was to ask Joshua Zirkzee to play as a 9.5. There's no way he's going to lead the line. However, he did it in a manner that he might have given instructions to Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee to alternate whenever one moved out of position. Because Joshua Zirkzee came deep and he was playing, he drew the defenders of Everton with him, but Marcus Rashford kept running in behind him, which was a good thing because that is the profile of the player that we have in that position. He's capable of holding up play and interlinking with others and allowing others to shine. And I was
Well,
very, very glad that we never had Garnacho start the game yesterday.
yeah, Josh. Oh, come on, man! You have to say that. Really?
Yeah. I had to. I
Come
had
on,
to.
this
I
guy.
have to. I have to believe you me. I mean, I was happy
Leave the
when
star boy
he
alone. Leave the star boy alone, Josh.
no, you ain't no
Le-
star boy when
leave this.
you ain't no
Let's
star boy when you're
let's
just
look at
fronting for chances, man.
yo. Let's look at the unsung hero. That is Mazarawi. A
Oh,
few
not
hours
Marcus.
ago,
First,
Amorim. Sorry, not who?
Marcus. Marcus.
Who? Unsung hero?
No, not Marcus first.
Who? Rashford?
Yeah.
Well, I
You
thought you
know
said
Rashford.
enough about him
You know,
yesterday.
no. Rashford has scored 3 goals in 2 games. I mean, the first game that Ruben Amorim managed in the Premier League, Rashford got on the score sheet, scoring very early. And yesterday, he was still given the nod, and he still scored 2 goals. But it's not just the goals that he scored. At least. He looks interested. He looks like he's willing to learn. He's willing to do the things that are asked of him. And there's this feeling I got from Marcus Rashford that he wants to do more. He was in the game, but he felt like this was the game for him to score his first hat trick in the Premier League.
Well, I know you couldn't help it with Rashford, but I'm so happy that he's back on the score sheet, and I hope
Are
he
you?
keeps
Are
coming.
you?
He
Are
keeps.
you?
I am.
Are you?
I
Are
am.
you?
It's it's just that you attacked someone who shouldn't have been attacked. But anyhow,
uh,
but anyhow, Josh, yeah, once again, thank you so much for tuning in, Sports Jazz, Josh and Isaac. And yeah, the unsung hero, Josh Mazarawi. Marim said, I don't see him much in training because he recovers with the series of matches. In matches, he is an excellent player because he understands the game. He knows how to attack. He's technical, very good defensively, one on ones. He is a modern player, the future of our team. We need more players like Mazarawi, capable of controlling the tempo and very comfortable with the ball. I'm very happy with him. I think he deserves all the praise. He
yeah,
deserves all the
but for
praise.
me, I don't like the tag that you've given him, unsung hero, because
Why?
I think we are singing him out the most. Maybe you can
No.
say he's an unsung hero because he's at the back, but for me, every time you see Mazraoui on the pitch, you have a sense of security in the things that he will do in that area of the pitch that he's in. I told you last time, Mazraoui does not make mistakes on the pitch. And yesterday, I saw a blind pass from Mazraoui. I was shocked. For the first time since he came to Man United, this is the first blind pass that I have seen. And I took notice of that. But on the whole, he's not a guy who makes so many mistakes on the pitch. He makes the right decisions on the pitch. He's very level headed. He can dictate a tempo of a game. He can ghost away from situations with ease. He knows when to play. He knows when to rush play and um, when to just keep passing it around to buy time for you to get back into the game. So I think our biggest problem is the whatever the back three remaining the same for a while.
Well, at least some other good news or other good news coming in is uh, Amorim has confirmed that Lenny Yoro will be coming back this, I think, on Wednesday, the game against Arsenal. He might get some minutes.
I told you
He
his
might get
debut
some minutes.
will be against us now.
And he had to say this about him. I think he's a I think he's a special talent. We have to be careful. We haven't had many trainings together. He's really fast, a modern defender. That is good when you want to play high press, or rather, when you want to press high. He can manage that defending one on ones, and I'm really excited. I would love to see, but I don't think that's the game Lenny Euro used to. Rather, I don't need that will be the best debut for the boy to come back. I mean, we don't
It's
want him.
no,
We don't want him messing up on the very first day. His
no, he
morale
won't mess
being
up. He won't mess up.
well,
I'm
it's Arsenal.
actually
Currently Arsenal is on fire, Josh.
yeah, but I'm more comfortable having a player like Lenny Euro play than Harry Maguire because whatever I get from Lenny Euro, I mean, it
Former
will be like
skipper.
okay, yeah, it will be like okay. I mean, the guy has not been playing football for a while, but when you play Harry Maguire, the mistakes that he will make are the mistakes he will make.
That is
So I
correct.
would
Well,
rather have the guy I do not know. And Lenny Yoro is a very quick player. I mean, he can tuck in very well in that position. But I don't know if we shall Ruben Amorim will keep his best player out. That is
and who's
Matt Diallo.
why bringing? Okay, because if he
Yeah,
comes in,
Lenny Yoro plays where Mazraoui plays, and Mazraoui plays
very
as a
plays
wing
well.
back.
I
And
would
the
love to
reason,
see
and the
Diallo
reason he,
behind
and the
behind
reason
the
he does,
striker.
and the reason he does that is basically for him to be able to do what um Amad Diallo to get a breather, because I mean he's not really had a okay. Anthony played the game in Europe, but he to me looked like he was too tired by
Well,
the end of that Everton game.
well, let's get into the comment section. But before that, Josh, just to remind you, current goal scorer 2024-25 is Alejandro Garnacho with 8 goals, Rashford 7 goals, Fernandez 4, Ericsson 4, Rasmus 4, and Casemiro, Diallo, Joshua Zirkzee 3 goals. I just wanted to put that rather to put that out.
Can I say something about it?
Before you do, Josh, assists again the same season. Bruno Fernandez 9, Alejandro Garnacho 5, Josh, that is 13 goals and assists altogether. And Diallo, Christian, rather Diallo 5, Christian Eriksen, Marcus Rashford 3. Yes, Josh, please go on. What did you want to say now?
Marcus Rashford has scored 7 goals, one behind
Yeah,
Garnacho, and
yeah,
Marcus
one
Rashford
behind Ghana.
is so poor. He's so
No, no,
poor
no,
a
no, no.
player.
Don't it is very
That's what you say.
it is so bad
That's
that
what you
Garnacho
say.
has to be our lead has to be our lead scorer. It is sad that Garnacho is our
No,
top scorer, Josh.
you keep
Rashford
saying
should be banging goals. All those
that
strikers
Rashford
should be way ahead.
you keep saying that Rashford is so poor. I just don't know how he's 1 goal behind Garnacho.
Well,
And
at
then
least
the other thing though with the assists, I ran into a stat over the weekend that really troubled me. I mean, Bukayo Saka has 10 assists, and he has only scored 5 goals, and 3 of those 5 goals are penalties. So he has actually scored 2 goals, but they were
yo,
flouting this guy
why do you
around.
keep saying that every time
No,
a player scores penalties?
no, I'm just saying they're just flaunting this
Josh,
guy around like he was this star, and by the way, this Arsenal friend of mine told me
so,
about this
so
whole
you're
thing.
trying to say Bukayo Saka is overrated?
No, oh, but honestly, man, he's so agricultural. The 10 assists that he has, are for whipping in corner kicks, yo. Majority of them are for whipping in corner kicks.
Man,
As in, dude, I know it is a part of the game. So you really have to be a special type of player to be able to do these things. But he nailed the technique. Crossing the ball from a corner, he nailed it. Tucking in a penalty, he nailed it. But I mean, he's spoken about so highly. I just don't know why. Maybe because he's always fit.
I just want to understand. Are you saying Bukayo Saka is mid? He doesn't deserve the praise he's getting?
No, he's overrated. When you
Bukayo
realize that
Saka,
he is
Bukayo Saka and
when,
Garnacho, Josh, who would you take?
Bukayo
Let's end
Saka.
with
I mean, Bukayo
okay.
Saka because
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
just some other good news. Yeah, sorry.
Bukayo Saka has a very good football brain.
Football brain. I
Yeah, the
knew that's what you were
execution.
going to say.
Yeah, the execution might be a bit agricultural, but at least he has a good head on his shoulders.
Well, United moved to the ninth position, Josh. That too, not to forget that before we go into the comment section. 4 points of top four and fifth position.
That's
That
what you
is,
should say. That's what you should say. Never mention your things of nine
and guess who
points.
is in the fifth position?
That
That is Man City. Pep Guardiola, who has lost 6 games, or who has not won in
seven.
7 games, 6 losses and 1 draw.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just real quick, let's get into the comment section, man. Let's get into the comment
Sure.
section. Sinan, what up, Sinan? I think Ziad came on earlier. Let's see. Nelson, yo, what up, brother? What up, brother? Ziad still saying Ten Hag the fraud was playing. Who is this? For son of
Yeah,
Ahmad. Who is this
Foson.
again?
Yeah,
Yeah, for son.
Foson,
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember over Ahmad and said Anthony was more impressive in training. He's such a fraud. A fraud. I do agree with with one thing about Anthony and Ahmad Diallo. There was a
Mm.
point Diallo was doing so good.
How
Anthony
would
came
you
back.
have known? How would
Anthony
you
came
have
back.
known? How would you
Anthony
have
came back
known that
from
Amad
injury.
Diallo was doing so good when he was not playing and Anthony was playing?
No, no, I am saying there was a play. No, Josh, he was playing. He was playing. Anthony came back from injury, and just like that, Ten Hag slotted him in. If you
No,
remember, Ten Hag
no.
fired. Ten Hag was sacked, and people were already raising points why he's playing Anthony over Amad Diallo. Yet
No.
Amad Diallo,
Yeah,
every time
but
he
it
came
wasn't
on, he
overtime.
was impressing.
I disagree with that. I wish Ziad
Of
were here, and I disagree with him. Ziad, let me tell you one thing. I've not looked up the stats, but the reason that we were mad that Amad Diallo was not playing and Anthony was playing, at least when they were both fit, it was just 1 or 2 games. It didn't even it wasn't even 3 games.
I think it
Um,
was Josh. He had spent a month.
believe you me, the most important game where we all saw there was a problem was when a substitution was made and Anthony came on when we expected Amad Diallo to be the one to come on. So I don't think
That
that
wasn't the
and
only
Amad,
game, Josh.
and you should know Amad Diallo suffered from a lack of fitness and injuries last
He
season.
did at some
He
point.
had
He came back well. He came
no,
back.
he did. He
Josh.
did have.
He got injured. Okay,
Okay, can you please look up the stats?
I don't have time to look up that such,
Okay, we
Josh.
shall
But
do
what
that.
I
We
know,
shall
he
do
got
that
injured.
tomorrow.
He got
No, just
injured.
rest it.
He came
Rest
back,
it.
and this dude was still playing Anthony.
No,
Even awful as
Anthony
he was,
barely.
he was
How
still
many
giving him
games did
minutes.
Anthony play last season?
No,
I
we're talking
don't
about
think
this season.
Anthony played 10.
It was in this
This
season,
season,
Josh.
this
Yeah,
season, Anthony has played twice.
that's what I've said, Josh. He got back from an injury,
Twice. He had,
and he walked him straight. He got a slot right away ahead of Diallo,
yes, yes, ahead of Diallo.
and he
But
was poor.
yes, he was poor, but listen, for me, I believed what I had gotten from Amad Diallo's situation when he was away with Ivory Coast and had gotten an illness. Now, the illness that he got might have recovered he might have recovered in 3 days, and he doesn't have it. But maybe he was still feeling a bit under the weather for a manager to bring him in the game on Saturday, and that's how Anthony played. But the way it is talked about, it looks like Anthony played 30 games of the season while Amad Diallo was on the bench. I mean, Amad Diallo was brought through by Eric Ten Hag.
No,
Amad Diallo, yes,
no, no, no. What do you mean he was brought through by Eric Ten Hag?
he
Oh,
was
you mean
given a
after?
playtime at Manchester United.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I get what
Yes,
you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he gave him a platform to
I
show
thought,
his talent
I thought
at
getting
Manchester
him. I was going
United.
to say he came
Even
under
while
Ole,
the kid,
but I get what you're
even
saying.
while the kid was at Sunderland and played really well, he brought him back. The season that he brought him back, that season that we finished third, Amad Diallo played the first games of the season before he got injured. You see, he got injured, but he was Eric Ten Hag's starter at the time. He was
Josh, we are
playing
going to
games, so he got injured and
we are going
got
to
out
come
of the
back with the
game.
stats.
Struggled during that period
No,
of the season. Yes, with injuries, he struggled with injuries. Why do you think when push came to shove, Amad Diallo is the guy that they brought on for him to win us the game
Josh, we are going
against
to come back with the
Liverpool.
stats. We are going to come back with. I'm focusing on this season,
Just use
the
the eye
first
test.
matches of Eric Ten Hag.
Just use the eye
Let's
test.
let's go. Let's dig deeper into the comment section. Even in the first year, our goal difference was third lowest in the top 10. Ten
Yeah,
Hag
but
can't coach
those
a
are
tad.
Arsenal trophies. Those are Arsenal trophies. It doesn't really matter if you don't win the league. I mean, even if you have 90 goals, what does it matter?
Uh, Okay, Josh. Well, goals do matter times. Do you
If
know
you win
why?
the league, if you win the league,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Josh, let's proceed. Nelson says, to me, Fernandez is a better player now, not everywhere on the pitch like he used to under Eric. I like that you're bringing the stick. When I say stick, I mean like you're sticking it to Ten Hag and you're making him shower his face. That is true. Josh would say otherwise. Not everywhere on the pitch
No.
like he used to under Eric Ten Hag. Every player has a permanent position. No more running out of position, just like before. That's the difference.
Yeah, but I've told you this before. I told you that for a very first time, I think we shall eventually have a manager who applies his tactical nous to give our best player in Bruno Fernandes a position, a position, or allow him to be involved in a positional play, because he has been guilty at times, because. There was no proper structure around him, so he was kind of getting into every other person's roles, and that made him look very bad, because he was a jack of all trades and a master of none. But now that he's in this type of structure, at least he's struggling a bit. He's struggling to adjust to the new role, especially even the manager is struggling to have Bruno Fernandes play where he wants him to play. But the quality that he has, he will get it. He will get it.
An incredible player. Then Nelson says this is Amadi's season. We need Ganacho to pick up his form, and we shall have quick, clinical wingers. Then also Ziad says it's gonna be Calafiori. Sorry, it's gonna be Calafiori. Thankfully, because White is injured.
Yeah,
Ahmad
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
spin him.
Yeah, not Timber. So yeah. Ahmad can get one on over Calafiori, but Calafiori is also a very good left back. But at least Ahmad can do much better against Calafiori than I would think Jurian Timber.
Of course,
Though we
Adieli
have a lot of
always.
problems, though.
Yeah, we do. Then he says, J Tude, hey J Tude, what up? What up? It's been a while. Hey guys, how are you both doing? Ruben, being
Good, good,
absolute
good.
humble in his press. By the way, Josh, tell me one thing. Okay, give me around three things that you've seen ever since Amorim took off, that make you say there's progress.
We've won. We've won all the games that he has coached. Sorry, we drew against Ipswich, but we won in Europe. We conceded goals, but still came back and won. There's a structure at Manchester United. There's the 3-4-2-1 formation is clear for everyone to see, and you can see that this is what he wants to build on to make sure that the team ticks and goes into the right direction. It is no longer just kicking the ball and hoping that it lands to a player who is technically gifted and he can do his magic, but it is deliberate in the things that we are doing now on the pitch to actually get us goals. We are a bit still very slow, and we are at times poor in off the ball. Poor, we're sort of poor off the ball. The intensity is not there, like the game we played against Everton. Until we scored that goal against the run of play, there was a lack of intensity in the game. And if you come up against better opposition, like we're going to come up against on Wednesday, and you're playing with that lack of intensity, you could be 3-0 down within 10
So,
minutes. So,
so
I mean,
you also agree
you
Arsenal is a better team right now?
I'll give you that bite tomorrow. I mean, Bukayo Saka has 10 assists from corner kicking the ball, as in whipping it from a corner kick.
I can't. I can't wait. And we need to unlock Zax. Oh God, I would love to see Joshua Zaxi. It was so good to see him on the score sheet yesterday.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah,
very,
yeah.
very good. Sinan, what up? What up? What up? I'll
I think
let
we
Josh
would
do
bring
that.
back. I think you would bring back. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think
He's
he'll
the
bring
same
back.
guy. Sinan is the same guy who was clowning you last time after
Hey,
that draw. You
but
remember?
I
After
told him
Ipswich.
it was actually the Everton preview. But I told him Amori, 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 Amori.
Yeah.
Amorim is ill.
J2 says, I can't see us losing against these Gunners. Amarim must have planned something for sure. Well,
Yeah, but
it's a tricky match.
he has to dig deep. He has to dig deep. He has to think so hard
He has to think
because
so high.
Ateta is actually a good tactician, and Ateta thrives on Ateta, like Pep, thrives on teams that have a structure. At least when you're playing a very chaotic style of football, he may not know what exactly to do, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer used to do to Pep Guardiola. I mean, he came with the counter-attacking football, but he almost never made any tactical imprint on the game, apart from asking the players to go and enjoy themselves. And we beat up on Man City almost every time we did play against them. But Teta, I know he's a good tactician, and he will also dig deep. And I hope he just doesn't bring the lorry. He's at home.
The
Let him
bus.
just,
The
yeah,
bus.
all of them, bus, lorry, train. I mean,
Tractor.
he's at home. Yeah, he's
Caterpillar.
at home. He's
So
at
you
home.
want to
Let him come and play football. Let him just come out at us. He can actually get goals against us very easily
do you see
if he
Zirkzee and
allows to
Rasmus
play.
starting? And who is your starting front three? I know it's too early, Josh. We should be talking about that tomorrow. But yeah, just real quick, who would be
Yeah,
your
yeah,
starting
yeah.
three? I would
My
have
starting three is um, Bruno, Ahmad, and Rasmus. Oh, sorry, you gotta play Marcus, man. You got to play Marcus. He's in top form, and he loves to score against Arsenal. He's scored, I think, 5 goals, including a brace on his debut against Arsenal over the years. So, I mean, should be in pole position to start. So, I'm playing Ahmad in. I was mooting to play Ahmad in front because Lenny Yoro will come back, but I don't think he will start the game. But Amad Diallo must be on the pitch. I can sacrifice any other player for Amad Diallo up front. But I think, Marcus, Bruno, and Rasmus Hoyland.
and the height says Mount is starting.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
true. That
Oh,
is true. He's going to
oh,
start.
yeah. That guy should start. But
So
yo,
now let me ask you again.
Mount has things. He has
You're
good things
starting
about him, but he has so many bad things about him.
like why wouldn't you want him to start, Josh?
He can't pass the ball to a teammate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're good running around and catching people here and there, but use the ball very well. We won the game against Everton not playing very well because most of the players of Manchester United, for the first time in a very long time, were making the right decisions on the pitch. Whoever had the ball, they would at least make the right decision on the pitch. They would decide to keep the ball. They would pass it, and it is measured, well weighted, things like that. So those little details help us get into the game. But Mason Mount, he gives away the ball way too often. But I would love to see him. By the way, with the structure Ruben Amorim has right now, I'm not even scared for the next player that is going to start that game. For God knows that God will Kukonki could start that game and would be comfortable.
So you don't believe in other words, you believe we are going to have an edge. We have an edge over Arsenal, right?
No,
No.
no, we don't. We don't have an edge over Arsenal. Arsenal has the edge. Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is the informed team, and Arsenal works really hard. I mean, their average players are very, very strong.
Yeah, they are very good, by the way. They're ever in the, you know, in a transition, switching from one manager to another. so it's going to be a bit different. He's starting because of his pressing. He's on. I think he's talking about Mount is good off the ball. Mount is good off the ball. What's your take on Mazarawi? What have you noticed on the others above, guys? Let me, Josh, please have a go at it. Have a go at it.
Yeah. What's your honest take on Mazraoui? What have you noticed that of none of others have? Um, Mazraoui is the best player that we do have at Manchester United. From the best signing that Manchester United has made, and you can argue that he's easily the best signing the Premier League has had this season. Mazraoui, the thing with Mazraoui is more about his football brain. He's technically gifted. He can pass. He does the simple things very well. He does the basics well. He can pass the ball very well. He can shield the ball. He can ghost away from tight positions, and he brings players around him into the game. I mean, it's almost his presence is infectious, because the players who play in and around him always look much better than they were before. So for me, Mazraoui is a top player. Is a top player, and I don't think that many of the players are as comfortable as Mazraoui is in that position on the ball. Mazraoui, when Eric Ten Hag did sign Mazraoui, he did say that he's a player who takes good care of the ball. He does not lose the ball when he gets in tighter situations. And we are very fortunate so far that Mazraoui has not gotten injured as yet, because he had a track record of maybe getting injured every now and then. But we are fortunate that he's been okay. He's been very available for selection, which is a good thing, and he's arguably our best player. Yeah, Heights. I know you say Mount is starting because of his pressing. The pressing is very good. We want you to do press, but you must also do other things when you get the ball. You cannot just press, and when you get the ball, you almost give it away as soon as you've gotten it back. And yes, we do need a lot of energy in that game, because the average players of Arsenal are very good. The Declan Rice of this world, they know how to get things done. They have a bit of fire in the belly. They can go up and down, and they can make things happen for Arsenal. So United has to be very cautious in our approach. Yeah, Sports Jazz guys, remember to subscribe, like, and share our videos. So we go and play Arsenal on Wednesday. On Wednesday we are playing Arsenal. It's quite a difficult game when you think about it. There's there's so many things for Ruben Amorim to get right, because we need the best players. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. United must sign a left wing back. We need a left-footed player to be playing in that position, and Alfonso Davis would be the perfect player. Theo Hernandez, I
Tia
don't
Hernandez
think.
is good. He's
Yeah,
good.
he's good.
But
He's good,
Alfonso,
but Alfonso
my
Davis
God,
is younger,
that would
so
be a gift from the gods.
there's value for money there with Alfonso Davis. But Theo
That would
Hernandez
be
is,
that
I
would be
don't
a
know. I don't know
gift.
how old Theo is, but
Now he's around 20 something, Josh. But I think Alfonso is a bit younger compared to him.
yeah, he's a bit
He's
younger. The problem with Alfonso Davis is coming on a bossman move, so he might just demand very high wages.
Theo is 27 years old. He might what?
He might demand very high wages, and
Especially
Alfonso,
if he comes on a free transfer, right?
yeah,
But
Alfonso Davis is
I don't think he
24.
would choose. Yeah, he's 24. I don't think he would choose us over Real Madrid.
Why?
I'm just saying.
Lenny Euro did.
Josh, don't give me Lenny Euro. We know the story
Hey,
behind that.
Lenny Euro
We know the
did.
story.
What
We
is
know
the story? What is the story behind that? What
we
story
know
do
the
you
story.
know? Please tell me. Let me.
Madrid wanted him to come on a free transfer. Lenny Euro
Okay.
wasn't ready to wait or join the
Mm-hmm.
other. And even when he had joined,
Yes.
it's not like he was going to walk straight into the team. Look at
Yes.
Adagola. I wish we can get Adagola on loan. Look at this other kid. What's his name? Hendrik.
Hendrik. Yeah.
It looks like he might be loaned next season because he needs more game time. Lenny Yoro is in the same bracket, 18 years old. So he was
Yes.
advised that he won't be getting enough playing time if he joined. So he had to choose.
So,
But I'm telling you,
you mean
Man
Alfonso
United
Davis?
in this current
Yes.
state and Real
Yes.
Madrid, Josh, what are you
Yes.
talking about? Come on,
This
man.
would be a perfect project for Alfonso Davis at Man United. I mean, at Real Madrid, they do
Maybe
have
because he
Fran
has won it
Garcia.
all with Bayern
No,
Munich.
they do have Falan Mendy. They do have Fran Garcia in the left back position. I can agree with you that the allure of Real Madrid is very tempting for any footballer in the world. But then again, Manchester United, when we come calling, we come with intent. Ineos has showed that they come with intent, and they do the things that they wish to do. So, J United, I do believe that we must find a left wing back, a
Yeah,
left-footed wing back, and
Ziad, what
I
up?
would prefer Terrell Malacia. I would prefer Terrell Malacia to be tried out there.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I I would prefer Terrell
Oh,
Malacia
you're
to
going
be
to put
tried
me
out
back
there.
to sleep. You're going to put me back to sleep.
No, why wouldn't you want him to play there?
Reserved. Ziad is saying something. Arsenal are the only team unbeaten at home this season. It will be very difficult. Oh, it will be difficult. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be an easy game at all. In
It
fact,
cannot. I don't see why Arsenal doesn't even win that game. I only give us hope from the fact that Mikel Arteta can try to be too clever for himself. He can just decide to bring a lorry and a bus.
and he will bring a bus. I'm telling you.
No, he cannot bring a bus. We are so poor.
What? He's going to
We
bring a
are so
bus.
poor. Why would he bring a bus at home?
Well, anything can always happen.
No. Yeah, Nelson, we capitalized on Everton's mistake. Our midfield in first half was bad. Kase and Mainu weren't sharp. They were not at all. They
After
were not
8 minutes,
at all.
we were very poor. The
Ghana
midfield. Yeah.
Gay.
Who talked about? Jay Tood said we need a left wing back. We need another good player in the midfield. Either
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
substitute
yeah, yeah.
Ugarte or Ugarte to substitute him.
I know Ziad likes Ait Nori. I like Ait Nori too, but I don't think he's the best. Is the best left wing back you can have. That is because much as he's a left is a defender, he has evolved as a player into an attacker of sorts. And you for the right balance in the 3-5-2 formation of Ruben Amorim, only one attacker is on the pitch as a wing back. The left wing back should actually be a defender predominantly. He should predominantly be a defender. He can bust forward every now and then, but I know it looks like he's enjoying himself um, playing as a forward. At least I saw a lot of him last season playing as a forward.
Ugarte is important for tomorrow's match. What must he do in the midfield? I think he must not think a lot, but yes, Ugarte should start the game. The other player, I would love him. It's sad, but I
Yeah,
think I
yeah,
would
yeah,
love
yeah, yeah. Ugarte will play. Ugarte will play.
Josh.
Ugarte will start. He's rested enough.
Josh.
Yes,
Yeah, Ugarte. And who do you think who should be paired with Ugarte?
I'll tell you tomorrow. But Ugarte should play. I'll tell you
Man, you and your
tomorrow.
politics. But yeah, Amorim earlier said Arsenal. He was talking about Arsenal.
I would prefer Casemiro to play
Even me.
alongside him
He was talking about
because
Arsenal. He said Arsenal are the best
mind you
team.
is rusty.
Arsenal are the best team we faced so far, or rather by far. We faced by far. The last game yesterday was really tough. Everything now is a test without so much minutes to train to manage minutes for players. Some players have to be off after 60 or 70 minutes. Everything is a test. Arsenal are a different point in their are at a different point in their team.
Yeah,
It's going to be a tricky one.
true.
Hope the Madrid Dalot rumors are true, bro. I hope it's true. I also hope
Come
it's true.
on.
Yeah, Josh. I hope it's true. 40 is even okay, by
Why?
the way.
Why?
For Dallo,
Yeah.
we thank him for everything he has
Why would
done.
you sell Diallo?
He has my blessing to go, and looks like he has
He
Ziad's
didn't have
blessing
my
too.
blessing to go. Diallo should remain at the club. Diallo will
Ima-
get better. Diallo has
Imagine,
to deputize Masraoui.
this is I'm going to say this is where you bring in Queda.
Ah, no. Why bring Queda? You have a better player than Queda. Then you bring Queda to do what? You have a Mad Diallo who is better than Queda in that wing back position.
And no,
Then
he can
again,
always
you bring in
substitute him. He can be his. Who do you have to replace Diallo in case Diallo is injured?
nothing. No one. But we were talking about the left wing back position.
Anyway, if good money comes for Dallo, let him go.
Oh my God. You see what Ziad is saying? No, 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 no.
I think he plays Bruno Ganacho Hoyle. Yo, Ziad, this guy does not. I would say he doesn't give Ganacho the flowers he deserves, even after being with 8 goals this season
Yes,
and
season.
5 assists. He said if Josh wants to keep him he wants to keep him, we have to sell him because Josh's judgment is poor. He said that
Ten Hag
wasn't the
is,
issue.
but he got us here. He got us here. I told you that even with Ten Hag, we would still finish fourth. And he left the club when he was just what, 6 points away, 5 points away, and we are four. But honestly, yeah, going back to this, yeah, I don't think I it, I also think that he will play Bruno Ganacho and Hoyland, but Ganacho is such a pain. It's such a pain. I
He's
would
a
rather
good
he
player,
comes off
Josh.
the bench. You see, for me, I never liked Zirkzee to come off the bench. He doesn't give me the vibes of a guy who is going to change the game. But Ganacho has all the energy and the power to run and ex, 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 exploit those spaces that will have been created by tired legs.
Well, Ten Hag fourth above who out of Chelsea, City. Ten Hag,
Yeah,
City and Liverpool.
I think Chelsea and Arsenal.
He's not a
Yeah,
bench player. He's not a bench player.
he is a bench player.
He's not a bench player.
He has to be better. You don't understand. I sorry, actually, you do understand. You refuse to understand. But Ganacho is a bench player. Ganacho, all the energy that he has and the mistakes that he can make in a game, you give him 15 minutes, he's not going to make as many.
Ah. I don't know why you guys are hating on Ganacho. Then Delect, as I think he's getting his moments. He's coming back.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, he's been really solid for us. He's
he's coming
one
back.
of the best. He's coming back from where?
No, I'm saying he's getting his form back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Delect,
yeah.
because you know
He's
he
he's
left
been
Bayern Munich after
mm.
they were saying he wasn't so good. Then
No, that no one
of
was
course we know
saying
he's a good player.
no,
No, Josh,
no, 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 no.
Company
That,
said he wanted
no,
a left CB.
no. I
Company
don't
said,
believe
you
that.
remember, Josh, the chairman of Bayern Munich said, I will comment about that leaked situation after he leaves. Okay. And after he left, he came out and said it's because the new manager, Vincent Company, wanted a left center back. That is
So
why we
does
had
that
to let
mean
the leaked
does
go.
no does
No, no,
that
just
mean
listen.
that
But
is not good?
again, he had some troubles at Bayern
He
Munich.
did.
Not to forget
Which
when he was
was
at the national
which
team.
was
You remember
no
even
first leave the national team. Let's
at the
talk
national
about
team. But you have okay. You also
let's
agree
talk
about the
about
national team.
no, let's talk about this
You also
Bayern
agree about the
Munich.
national team.
There is no problem with Bayern
There's
Munich, and
no team
you
that
see, I
sells
had
one of their best players unless they've had a fallout.
did you yes, the fallout can happen in so many ways.
But it
If a
wasn't.
fallout,
Okay, Josh.
okay,
Let me get you. Let me get you that guy's statement now.
no, 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 no. Look
No,
here.
let me get you that guy's statement.
I'm not arguing over the statement, and I do agree. Vincent Company could have liked to play another style of football. But I had one of these lazy pundits from ESPN, Steve Nicol. I don't know, Steve Nichols, some Liverpool guy like this, who was
Mm,
saying that De Ligt was he was poor at Bayern Munich. He couldn't get he couldn't get time, game time. Even Eric Dyer came and played ahead of him.
I
That's
saw
all
that. I saw that.
bullshit. That's
That
all
was bullshit.
bullshit because it never happened. You see, it never happened, but because he sold that story, maybe you're reading from it, or you had a story like that because De Ligt was a starter at Bayern Munich. He was playing with Upamecano, and when Eric Dyer came, he was actually playing with Eric Dyer that season. So I don't disagree with you that Vincent Company wanted a left-sided centre back. Okay, but it does not mean that De Ligt was a bad player. You can just read the situation and you see whose contract is less than the other. Is it Upamecano? Is it Hiroshiki, the Japanese kid they had just bought, or Kinmanje, a guy who had also just come in at Bayern Munich a year ago? So who are you going to let go? Of course, the guy who
Josh,
was
why would you think they would
been
bring
there
in
and
those
is
defenders? Why would you think they would bring in those CBs?
because it's Bayern Munich, a club like Man United. Let me tell you, Amad Diallo.
And what does that
First,
mean for
listen,
a player, Josh?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not buy Amad Diallo. Manchester United bought Amad Diallo because it was that
Josh,
type
that
of
is a poor
talent.
comparison. Ask me why.
Why?
Ahmad Diallo was just a kid, back then. He
Yes,
wasn't even going to start. That's why when he came, had
yes.
a few
What I'm
games, then he
trying to
was
show
sent
you,
on loan.
what I'm trying to
What I'm
show
trying to
you
say
is
is, by the time they bring it, it's just like right now, they brought in the leaked, correct?
yes,
If they brought in the leaked, then they also have Lenny Euro. Maguire, you have to worry. It's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Lindelof, you have to worry. So now,
yeah.
if the
You,
leaked was the other side,
this
and
is
all those
it.
players you've mentioned
Let me
rather
help
had to
you.
come in,
Let me help you
help
understand.
me,
Yes,
please, help me.
Bayern Munich, for the first time in a long time, I think Nick Fadley actually mentioned it at some point. All their defenders got injured. They even had to bring in Eric Dyer in January.
Is it still playing now or
At the
not?
same time, I don't know.
It-
I don't know. I've not watched them in a while. I've not watched them in a while.
well, as he said, it's Bayern
But
Munich. By the time they
they
scout and bring
suffered like
Eric
three. They
there,
suffered like three players. Upe
Josh,
Makano,
let's go.
De
Let's
Ligt,
continue with the comment section with
Kinmanje.
the comments.
They
What
did
I'm
get
trying to
injured.
say is,
But
for a team like Bayern Munich to bring in those top defenders, because they didn't just bring in defenders. Apart from there,
no,
there is not. There is not.
they just
There
brought
is
in
not.
defenders. They
No,
brought in
there is. There is not. So
you're biting off your hand, man.
that
You,
ESPN guy of
hey,
yours was tripping.
yeah.
So with there,
That
I do
guy,
not
he
agree.
was
But
tripping.
anyway,
Some Liverpool guy like this. Just a sick
Ziad
guy.
just needs to meet who Ty of
Yeah.
AFTV one day and have a game. Ty, I've seen seen Flex do that guy's impressions. You know him, right?
Yo, Ziad, man.
But
So you want Diallo to go, and this is where you've reached.
well, the man said your decision, your choices are poor.
All
The
because
man
of
said your
Ten
choices
Hag.
are poor. Yeah, because of Ten Hag.
But Amorim is my
Ugarte will
guy.
play with Fernandez, and we shall have a front three of Ganacho, Rasmus, and that is the second person to bring in Ganacho, Josh. And remember, he was
Yeah,
rested.
yeah, yeah. Because
Best
Ganacho
believe.
rested.
Okay,
It's not out of Mars.
but
As
even
in
if
Ganacho rested. He didn't play the game. And players are resting. You can see that ever since the manager came in, he has been resting the players. Even Rasmus Hoyland did score a brace, but he had to rest him. So I mean,
so, who
but
would you
this is
want
a
to
big one. You asked me who would you want to start, not who the manager is going to play. I can never start Ganacho in my starting lineup.
okay, 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 okay. Let's go. When Euro comes back into the squad fully, do you think he drops Delict or Mazarawi to wing back? No, Delict will stay where he is.
Yeah,
To me, according to me, Lenny Euro will go to the right CB. Of course, the butcher Lisandro left CB. Then you have the boy himself,
Mazraoui.
the unsung hero, Mazarawi. But I'm only worried for Ahmad Diallo.
Ahmad. Ahmad Diallo goes to the 10 and the positions, and then you have Marcus Rashford, you have Zirkzee, all those players are
All,
out.
all the, it's so juicy that I would love to see Ahmad Diallo and Ganacho as the two tens behind the
Ah,
striker. Oh my god!
I think you're playing
Oh my
fantasy
god!
manager. Ziad, and you say I'm deluded? Are you hearing this guy? Hmm.
No,
Yo, you want us
FA
to
Cup
play?
draw. We just
You,
drew Arsenal away.
oh my God. Again. Oh, so we win one of them.
Yeah,
I think we should win the one in the league.
both, man, both. Casemiro
Whoa.
is too rusty for Arsenal, man. I think that's why you're saying you would have Fernandez with Joshua Zirkzee. Well, I don't. But no, Casemiro is good. It's only that this kind of system doesn't favor him at all.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
it
I'm worried.
does. It does, but he's
The
too
legs,
rusty.
Josh. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have. His
Actually,
engine
it's
is already
Mino who
out.
is rusty. Casemiro is just doesn't have the legs.
I would keep Ahmad right wing back.
Yeah.
Amorim likes one attacking wing back. So
Mazraoui
Mazarawi,
can go to the left for now.
he said Ateta won't take the cup serious, but he needs to win the EPL. So maybe that is also true.
What do you mean he needs to win the EPL? How? A guy who is
His
serious
focus
about
is on the
winning.
EPL.
How is it on the EPL when he's hoping teams collapse?
Well,
Instead of
well, 11th
instead of the
January, FA Cup.
man, I
Josh,
don't know if that guy beats me on
Josh,
Wednesday.
in
I
two
don't know.
minutes. Josh, in 2 minutes, help me explain what you mean when you say he helps teams collapse.
He's hoping that Liverpool collapses for him to win the trophy instead of winning his games. He was there saying that they hope and pray that Liverpool collapses so they can win the trophy. You think such a guy can win a trophy? He
I
should
think he
just
will win.
maybe the FA Cup or Carling Cup.
He will win. He will win. Let the man be. The man is going to
Win
win
what? Which league?
trophies. Premier League, the Premier League.
After 6 years going into his seventh year,
Let's come tomorrow, Josh.
maybe
We
the
talk about,
Community Shield.
man, you're such a hater. Seriously, you're such a hater. And it doesn't suit you being a hater. Anyways,
Exactly, but Ziad, you cannot be far off.
Team needs
Yeah.
to collapse in a way to Faggy to win the league.
Yes, we do agree that is a given, but you should also win your games. As in, you can't be putting that mentality in your players that
But yo,
we hope the other ones collapse.
Anslot would have who's the last manager to do this, Josh? First season to win the
Oh,
trophy,
I don't know.
EPL.
Even I don't know. I don't
Because
know who
not
it
even
is.
your chosen one,
Uh,
right?
I think, no. I think not the Premier League. Not after 92.
Well, if
Oh,
Anslot,
Conte. It
Conte,
had to be a Chelsea manager. You see, I've been
Conte.
looking. Yeah, I've
That's why
been
I was also
looking
talking
like
about Mourinho, that not
Chelsea.
Mourinho,
Yeah,
right? Because I remember
yeah.
he
Mourinho
is
is a bit.
when he had just joined from Porto.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Conte,
Ranieri
Conte,
too. Conte
Ranieri
and
with the list.
Ranieri.
Oh, come on. Okay, when Leicester just
Yeah,
come in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
By
But
the way, this is what
there Ranieri stole it because Ranieri, okay, he was a new, but Ranieri had been there. He had been
I
at
know. He had
Chelsea. He had
managed
been,
Chelsea. He was everywhere.
but I
Anyway,
can tell you it was his first job though.
but yeah, once again, guys, thank you so
Who
much,
is the
man.
guy who left at
Ziad,
Leicester
shout outs to you.
City?
Who did
Ziad.
what?
The guy who left at Leicester City for Ranieri, the guy Ranieri replaced. The guy had done a good job.
The one who brought them
Yeah, the guy
from
had
the
done a good job.
championship.
No, the guy who kept them in the league. I think it was
What?
Nigel Pearson.
Who is the
Yeah,
other bald guy? Nigel Pearson. The big. Isn't he the
the
guy that
big
died?
guy. The big
Isn't he the
guy.
one that died?
No,
Besides the Leicester City boss,
no.
you know the boss who
Yeah, yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah, 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 yeah.
There's I think who else died from Leicester, and he was a manager. I don't remember who
I
that
really
is.
liked Nigel Pearson a lot, a lot. I liked his aura. I liked the things that he did. But yo, man, they fire the guy. I was one of the guys. Okay, Ziad is now going to tell me how I'm deluded. I was one of the guys saying, man, these Leicester guys are shit. Why would you fire the guy? He has kept you in the league.
I,
They bring Ranieri and wins them the league.
I saw Nestroy today after making his first press
Oh,
conference.
oh,
I'll also
yeah,
be
yeah,
cheering
yeah,
for Ruben
yeah.
Nestroy, and he was saying
Me too. Lucky
after
you, you
those
should
four
go and
games,
watch one of his games though.
Josh, he was saying after those 4 games in charge, he couldn't believe what was happening. The
Yeah,
chances, the opportunities that were presented before him right after managing those 4 games
yeah.
at Man United,
It's
and he will
Manchester
forever be
United, yo.
grateful. He said
Yeah,
doors were open. He had offers and offers and offers. The Roma thing was true. They tried to go for him. He turned it down.
yeah.
But yeah, I think he wanted to stay in the
I
Premier
think he
League.
would go to Roma
Either
than
we
stay
talked
in the
about,
Premier
we
League.
said he would take the
Because
Leicester
the
game
Leicester City, yeah, the Leicester
rather
City
the
job.
job.
Yeah, because
There were two.
everything
It was
was. You remember what I told you that it was very
Steve
wrong for
Cooper.
the
Yeah,
guys at Leicester City to hire Steve Cooper.
yeah.
I
You've always
just
said that. You've always said that.
I didn't believe they would fight so hard
I,
and come
I, I
back in the league
I think at
and
times he
get
makes
Steve
poor
Cooper.
decisions because he's trying to look. I don't know. He's trying to.
Come on, yo.
No, it's banter, guys. It's banter. Don't report. I'm kidding. Yeah, but
But Leicester
I
was
hope
a team to love,
I hope
though.
Rude is backed. I hope he's backed. I hope he gets the players he wants because he's a very good manager. He would do incredibly well. They brought Kante in after Ranieri, got the best out of him. Oh yeah. Then before he went to Chelsea, by the way, that season, Kante, Maguire,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Maguire wasn't there.
Mahrez.
Maguire wasn't part of the
He
jigsaw.
came after, yeah.
Yeah, he came
Mahrez.
after from Hull, and
Ma-
guess what his best attribute was? Heading the
uh,
ball as far as he can when they kick it.
Yeah, there's that English player
But at
who
Leicester, he
was
was
who
good.
was in the defense. What's his name? I see him nowadays as a pundit.
At Leicester,
Yeah, forgetting the name.
at Leicester,
Morgan. Yeah, right. Morgan.
Yeah,
Morgan.
yeah,
Yeah.
Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah,
Morgan. I
not Morgan
see.
Rogers. Morgan, captain.
Yeah, the captain. Morgan.
Yeah, Youth and
I was
Morgan. Yeah,
surprised. I was surprised he didn't get a nod from one of the big teams.
he was old.
Well, big teams with taking they don't. At least they Arsenal. By the way, Arsenal really disappointed me. Usually they come get such a player, give him just a 1 year contract. You know,
Like Silvestre.
so he went there, even became the captain. Man, by the way, those guys should really celebrate. Good night. Office tomorrow needs to go. Great discussion. See you soon. Bye. Shout outs to you, J2. Shout outs to you. Uh,
Uh,
then
uh,
it says Okazaki and Vadi up. Vadi stayed in Leicester City, by the way. That is also weird.
Yo, and he's 37 and still playing like yeah, but I read the story of Jamie Vardy. Actually, maybe I got it from commentary over the years when he was playing at Leicester that season. They won the league. I
Mm.
mean, he has this whole Hollywood story around him. He was a late bloomer who started to actually play professional football in his mid 20s. I mean, yo, that's so rare in England.
Well, he has very weird things. He's one of the players that I know that was medically allowed and cleared to take 2 Red Bulls before every game.
Who? Vardy.
Him, yeah.
What do you mean medically? Red Bull is not medicine.
No,
Is
Josh,
it?
for real, for real.
Yeah, yeah, but
I
Red
don't
Bull
know. I
is
didn't
not
say it's just an energy drink, but that is
yeah.
true. True, he was cleared by his doctor.
Oh, it was clear. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, once again, guys, let me see the last one. I have a feeling we can get a draw on Wednesday. Well, I have a feeling we can win.
Yeah, me
Anything is
too.
possible under Ruben Amorim. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Ziad, man, shout outs to you, brother. Shout outs to you. It's been a pleasure streaming along with you guys, participating. Heights, Nelson, of course, we had Sinan, we had
J
Ziad,
United.
J United, everyone contributing. Shout outs to you. Adieri, as always. We will be back tomorrow with a review. Man United, or rather Arsenal
Preview.
versus with a preview. Sorry, Arsenal versus Man United. And
Sure.
of course, we can't wait for Josh because we've been asking him everything. Wait for tomorrow. Whatever you
You
ask
wait
him
for
about Arsenal,
Saka. Wait
wait
for
for tomorrow.
Saka. That guy. I hope he didn't score a penalty.
Signing
Oh,
out, man. We love you
oh, we
all.
been a corner kick.
Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Sports Jazz, Josh and Isaac.